Hey guys, how you doing? Ian Magley here, founder of KISS Trading, and I wanted to put this video together real quick to show you exactly how to use the tracking spreadsheet. Real quick, the reason I put this tracking spreadsheet together and why it's so prominent in what I do is accountability. And I think one of the biggest differentiators from what I do and the reason I put KISS Trading together was in order to create accountability for myself. And if you were to use this sheet as well for yourself as you trade, in order to see exactly what's happening. I think what happens with a lot of traders or those who are providing alerts is they do not have accountability, right? They send something out. Maybe it made money, maybe it didn't. You don't really know, right? Unless you played that trade and you either made money or did not. But what I wanted to put in here was the ability to track that, track what's happening in real time, what's happening in the past, and kind of put my money where my mouth is, right? So in here, the first tab is going to be this video and links to what I used, kind of the tools I use for trading, how I make some of these decisions and, some of that stuff. So I'll put that in there and that will be pretty self-explanatory. But what I wanted to go through is these next couple sheets. So in here is my portfolio and long swings. So these are the ones, my high conviction, longer term plays. Now, some of them might be in open alerts or closed alerts too, or even scalps because I'll scalp them, right? But these are the ones that I have the most money in, and I'm looking for the longest term play. Now, how to read this sheet? You can put in a ticker, and that's going to change. So once you put that in, it populates the rest of the information from Google Finance. And if you wanted to just go off this sheet, great. If you wanted to download your own and make a copy, just go ahead and make a copy, and this will be your own. Now, if you make a copy, my plays will not populate into it, but you can kind of go off of both. So once you put that in, right, that will populate anything that you'll see here that says Google Finance. That information will automatically already be in there. The other stuff I will be entering based on what's happening. The average cost per share is what I currently hold it at, right? So I hold AMC at an average cost of $19.87, Lucid at $22.01, and so forth. This is yesterday's close, all right? So you kind of see what happened yesterday and how things are going today. This is the current price. Now, it might be delayed 10, 15 minutes or so, but this is the current price from Google, from the real, from whatever index it's on. And again, it might be slightly delayed, but it gives you an idea of where things are at. And then a very important one is my mental stop loss. Now, I do not put regular stop losses, okay? So very rarely. If I'm going to be out of the office, I'm going, I'm out on vacation or golfing or something of that nature. Occasionally I will. But as long as I have some control and around something during the day, this is mental stop loss only. And the reason being is there's often during the day, there's what's called stop loss raids. Who does it, how it happens, kind of up in the air. But it happens. I'm sure everybody's seen it, right? So during the day, you're going to see something that's floating along pretty good, going up a little bit, and then boom, it goes down 10% like that. If you have a stop loss on, you're done. You're out of the play. And you potentially have lost money there. Whereas a lot of times that's hit, right? And then it bounces right back up. Now, the reason I put mental stop loss is because if it gets to that level, and I can see it by using this sheet and tracking it, and some of the other tools that I will send to you, over time in more of the training, is I can watch it, right? And I can then go into TradingView, which is what I use, and my other charting tools to see, was this a stop loss raid, or is this something that continued to go down? So once I hit it, see it hits that level, I can make a decision, and I will tweet. And I will put in Discord that information. So if I make a decision to cut something, or if I'm watching it take the bounce, I want to put that information in Discord so you have that in real time. You can make the decisions with me. All right. So what I do, and again, in some of the future training or some of the other videos I'm going to be putting out there, is what we use to lock in profits. Most important part of anything that you're doing. Okay. So I have profit targets 1 and 2, and then I have kind of a high target. That's my kind of pie in the sky target. So profit target 1 is where I'm going to start to scale out. Profit target 1 is where I think this can get to make the amount of money that I want to off this trade. And then you can make decisions going forward from there, right? So with AMC, for instance, I believe the first profit target that I want to start scaling out for this particular run is $40.30, right? And at that point, I'm going to sell about 50%. Okay. I'm going to make the decision to sell 50%. I want to lock in those profits, and then I can run 50% to profit target 2. If I do not think it can get to profit target 2, then you've already made profit, and we're going to sell and move on to another play. And again, I will make these alerts and I will put this in Discord. And then, of course, a high target. So if I do meet profit target 2, I'll probably sell another 25 to 30%. And then if I really feel there's a high conviction of getting to this higher profit target, I'll leave a small percent. But we've already made our money back and then some on this trade. We're compounding into other plays, and we're going to be able to continue that going forward. And then, hopefully we can get even more out of this one. All right. But most importantly is this profit target 1. You're going to see most of the times when I hit profit target 1, I will sell at least 50% of this and sometimes 100%. But again, I will alert those. Profit target 2, high target. This is what my minimum profit margin focus is, right? This is a very simple formula. It's just my average cost. Okay. And it's my profit target 1 divided by my average cost. That's what I anticipate making on this particular trade. Okay. So you're going to see most of them, especially in this portfolio long swings. I want to get at least 20, 30, 40% out of each one of these trades. Now here's my current P&L. This is how I'm doing at the moment. Now you're going to see some red on these sometimes. For instance, a couple of ones that I held too long, AHT and Wish, and then others that I'm going to continue moving till I get towards my target margin. Now, my P&L differential, this is actually where I spend a lot of time really trying to primarily focus. All right. So as it gets closer to 0, that's when I know it's time to sell. So I'm going to keep on checking this particular line because this gives me the time to sell. And I'm going to give you where my open alerts are right here. All right. So a couple are getting pretty close. Right. So this one, ELAN, is getting within 1%. Or give about 1% of my initial profit target, which means I'm going to keep an eye on that pretty closely and be able to sell that and about 50% of it, and then I'll look to hit profit target 2. All right, SFET and some of the other ones are getting relatively close as well. So those are the ones that gives me an idea of how to stay very close with these particular plays. Okay, so again, in here it's also going to give you the volume. Again, that's from Google. The average volume, so you're going to see our volume ratio. You can see that I'm doing this in an August Friday. All right, so August Fridays are notorious for being very low volume, and you can see that in here. This one's at only 3.75% of its average volume, which is why it's low today. Now, it's also going to play a factor in my mental stop loss. With volume on Monday or Tuesday next week, can this bounce back up? So I'm going to start to chart that out and make a decision on if we're just hitting bottom due to extremely low volume, and we'll be able to make the bounce early next week. Okay. This gives you an idea of 52-week low, just to see where things are at in general. Now, if you refresh, this should all pop up. It's the Google Finance. Every once in a while that will go. You just click on here, press refresh, and that should pop back up. And here's something unique to us as well, which is our Momo. This is my kind of a unique formula, and gives me an idea if things are moving in the right direction and has momentum. So it's kind of my momentum factor. This has no momentum today, right? But we're looking at something like Wish, which had terrible ER yesterday, but is starting to bounce, has very good momentum today. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And it also might give me an opportunity to look for scalp plays. Anything under 1 is kind of just moving along, and as long as it's within our parameters, is pretty good. Anything that's over 1, we can start to look at as, all right, is this moving and making keeping an eye on to make hit our targets today, and or something to even potentially scalp through the day. And I'll go through that on future videos as well. Now, these open alerts are the ones that I'm sending in Discord on a real-time basis. All right, so here's some swing alerts that we have coming in here, and this is today. These are a couple from yesterday. All right, these are the alerts, and I'm going to put this information again. This is where the accountability is. I'm going to put these right in here in the open alerts. All right, so these are all the ones. Now, I do not play every single open alert. Some I'm going to see come across, and if I have some free capital, I'm going to play them. If I'm if my money is in other plays at the moment, I might hold off on those, but I still want to get out to our members. So you can see these. Again, we might have some reds in here. So we do have buy targets, buy ranges, right? So you might see a buy range of, let's say, $5, and it goes down to $4.50, but our stop loss is $4. Our mental stop loss is $4. So you see a little bit of red. As long as it's within our parameters, we're going to continue on that. But I will alert if I do decide to, sell. And again, same thing as before. All of these are exactly the same. And then we've got the P&L difference, which gives us the idea of when we're getting pretty close. Same thing with Momo, especially for something that's getting close. I want to keep an eye on that, right? I want to be able to keep an eye, and it also makes a factor in how much I should sell at profit target 1 and profit target 2. And I'm also going to go through my trading view, which I will go through on future videos as well. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea of how to read this sheet. We also have the closed alerts. Now, this is extremely important because this is the accountability. This is where you know if you're in with the right person or not, and you're getting the right alerts. Now, I only started putting this in for members on July 27th. And you can see, and I actually have to add one that just became profitable today. You can see that we're making money. One closed alert, only a 6% loss. I was able to get out pretty quick. Everything else, I have a couple small ones and then a couple in the 20s, most in the teens or so. This is where we are going to focus on taking profit, but I'm also going to put in here. So when I'm only taking 50% or my plan. So I'm going to close these out. I'm going to book these in, and then I'll also, like this one, I sold 75%, but I kept DPW. And I did run, I think, to a little bit over 275 before I sold the rest. Scalps are where more of the day plays. All right. And again, keeps accountability. You can see exactly what's open, exactly what money on these, because these are smaller plays. I am actually making on these. Okay. Same day, same headers. So you can see exactly what's happening. This provides real-time ability to see what I'm doing, accountability, and also gives you an idea of when to jump into the plays. I will do more videos soon regarding how I make decisions on these plays, how I make decisions on profit targets, how I just make decisions on when to sell, and also some more and much, much more on how to keep it simple when you're trading and be able to make profits like these on a very regular basis. Thanks a lot. I know this is a little bit of a long video. Hopefully it helps. And please feel free in any time in Discord 24/7 to ask me questions. I'm happy to help.